basically existed was corrugated boxes and some form of conversion of paper. So from those days we have been there as an association, we have been changing, we have been adapting.
For Mr. Julian Bonvalle, with whom I have the honor of sharing today the stage on this auspicious occasion on the inauguration of ProPac India 2022. It's indeed a pleasure for me.
Fernandez, our Director for Operations, to please
welcome all to the 3-day exhibition cum seminars being organized as part of FIHI as well as ProPac. First and foremost, congratulations Yogesh sir and to your team for bringing this fascinating exhibition to the south and to Bangalore. We have been part of the Mumbai exhibitions multiple times. Also, congratulations to your team that during COVID, you were telling me in the morning that 13 exhibitions you were able to execute in physical nature. I think it's a fantastic achievement because such exhibitions add a lot of value, bring a lot of stakeholders together, give exposure to the businesses, give exposure to students and different people. So congratulations sir for doing that. Alok sir also mentioned about...
Okay, hi, good morning friends from media. Thank you for joining us here today. This is welcome you all to this 16th edition of FI India and HI. FI India stands for Food Ingredients and HI is the Health Ingredients Show. Along with that, we also have co-located 4th edition of ProPac India. Before I brief you about the show, let me introduce the panelists who have joined us here for this closed door media briefing. To the left of me, we have Dr. Alok Kumar Srivastava, President AFSTI, Head Office Mysore. Next to him, we have, sorry, I'm just looking at the names which are, so to the right of me is Mr. Alexandro from Laboratory, who is Trade Commissioner, Italian Trade Agency. Next to him is Mr. Chandrasekhar Rajgopalan, IFCA. Then we have, missed your name, that's not in this list. Mr. Sanjay Sethi, who represents the Plant-Based Food Industry Association. And next to him we have Mr. Prasad Balan Iyer, Director, SIS School of Packaging. So this is, we have the dignitaries representing the food industry and packaging industry over here. Just to brief you about the show, this, as I said, is the 16th edition. We launched the show as Inform Markets in India. We are the world's #1 B2B events organizer, and we do 26 shows in 16 different verticals in India. This was our first show, Food Ingredients, which we launched way back in 2006 in India. When we came into India in the form of UBM, that's when we called us UBM, and this show has grown from strength to strength. This year we have over 250 exhibitors who are taking part over here from across India and across the world who are taking part, and we are expecting over 7,000 to 8,000 trade buyers who are going to visit this show. We have over 1,000 brands which are exhibiting at this show, and this has now become the leading show for food ingredients. Talking about this industry, food industry, as we all know, India is 6th largest food industry in the world. Having said that, as a part of the food ingredients per se, this is going to be globally about a $535 billion industry in next by year 2025, and India is going to play a big share over here because the growth rate of Indian food ingredients market is in high double digits, about 10 to 11%, which is double the size of what the market is growing globally, which is 5 to 6%. So India is going to be an increasing contributor to this food ingredients market, and that's the reason this show has worked well. Alongside that, the packaging, of course, goes exactly nicely collaboratively well with this show, because 60% of packaging in India is related to food industry. Of course, we have visitors and buyers coming from multiple other industry, and this the entire purpose of bringing this show to the city of Bangalore is because this food industry is pretty evolved over here. This show has always moved between Delhi and Mumbai over this past 15 years, but for the first time we are bringing here, and we are very happy with the response that we have received from the both exhibitors, and with the footfall we are expecting maybe to cross into 8,000 visitors over this next 3 days. There are a lot of engagements over there, a lot of conferences happening over this floor, both in food ingredients as well as packaging industry. We have a very unique initiative called Fund Quest, where we are also looking at funding opportunities for SMEs and MSMEs in this sector. We have live demos and workshops on bakery workshops. We have workshops by the US the Cranberry Association and other things. So you'll see a lot of demos over here on the floor, and all these ingredients are also moving in the right direction, because finally the food product which comes out is based on the ingredients that get into the food product. So this is the entire purpose of the show. What I would do is pass on the mic to each dignitary sitting next to me. They will just introduce themselves and talk something about what they do and also about the show, and after that we'll then open it up to the media for any questions that they have. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. It is privilege for us in Nam Bangalore and Nam Karnataka that this event, especially this food ingredients and health in India, is happening 16th, and it is first time in South India. Earlier, as he mentioned, it was happening in Bombay and Delhi. So because why it is important here, because the Bangalore and Karnataka is a hub of the food here. Most of the institutions, as you know, whether it is CFTRI, DFRL, US, NDRI, they are all situated here in Karnataka. And recent time when we have seen last 2 years or so, you all agree that most of the time, most of the sectors were down, but except for the two sectors, which was health and food. So health and food sectors were almost up all the time, where they have served the country. And during this time, we have also seen the importance of the health ingredients. So that is how this conference is very important, because they are showcasing about 250 to 300 exhibitors who are having the specialty, and they are supplying the food ingredients not only to the country, to the world actually. And when we talk about that ingredients, it is important that we should focus on the health part, because we are also looking for the plant-based ingredients, which is healthier, natural. And secondly, as you know that recently India has become the 5th largest economy in the world. And not only that, India has about 20% global population. So when we have such a large market, and recently we have also seen that global supply chain has been disrupted due to the several factors like COVID, also due to the Ukraine war and so many other issues. So this is the right time when this conference is happening here, wherein all the stakeholders, food professionals, industry, they are gathered here together to make the stakeholders connect, so that everybody is holding hands and joining their synergy to make the India as a hub of the food ingredient, supply chain ingredient. And I'm sure that this event of 3 days will be helpful in making this success of making Bangalore and Karnataka as a hub of the food sector here. So with this, I also invite all the stakeholders to interact among themselves for their mutual benefits. And I represent the AFST, Association of Food Scientists and Technologists India, in CFTRI Mysore, and we have large body of about 4,000 food professionals, and we support the food industry in taking the mandate forward to supply the various food ingredients and also the food supplies. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Sethi?
Yes. Good morning, everybody. My name is Sanjay Sethi. I'm the Executive Director of Plant-Based Foods Industry Association. It's a new association which was formed about 8 months back, and there are about 71 members of this association. Plant-based foods means those foods which replace the foods which have come from the animal sources. That means these are the vegan foods. So recently we had a big summit organized in Delhi, which was called first Plant-Based Food Summit. And I have reached out to Informa to jointly do the second summit and then the subsequent summits, not only in India, but also because FI is a brand which is not just in India but all over the world. In my last more than 3 decades of food industry career, I have seen that Informa does a very fantastic job of conferences, and FI is the brand that everybody wants to associate, and now I heard that Vita Food is also coming. So this is fantastic, which will be in Delhi. So Plant-Based Foods Industry Association is a part of International Plant-Based Food Working Group, and we are very happy to tell you that India has already found its way as a seat on the board of the International Plant-Based Foods Working Group. And this is such a huge sector. When the minister came, Minister of Food Processing, Shri Praladji Patel, food regulator was there, FSSAI, APIDA was there. We launched India's first plant protein cluster in Nagpur. We also provided support to ProVeg for the innovation challenge, for which I have reached out to CFTRI, and on 28th, all the IITs in India are going to be part of that innovation challenge, and we are doing an online introduction about ProVeg innovation challenge. And we are also launching Navratri festival, that is plant-based Navratri. So Navratri say Shubharam, that means you can change your eating habits from non-veg to vegetarian, and not just vegetarian but plant-based. So through your tongue, through your taste choices, you can bring the revolution, because the plant-based foods are more sustainable. Instead of feeding directly to the animals, you are feeding 1/9 of that directly to the humans. So these are the small little information about this association. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ayer.
And one thing I would like to say, that we have a copy of this report, which was released at the summit as the dawn of plant-based age. So this is available for the media, anybody who wants to take it. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. This is Prasad Ayer from SIS School of Packaging. I am the director at the institute. We are very happy to be associated with ProPack India. In fact, Informa Markets is doing a great job in arranging the leading processing and packaging exhibition. They're also doing a fantastic job of putting great minds, stakeholders in packaging industry coming together for a conference. We have been able to help in putting together such a conference, specifically talking on packaging sustainability today, and also optimization of packaging, specifically from the point of view of functionality, cost and efficiency. As an institute, the responsibility of shaping the future workforce for the packaging industry lies with institutes like us. And as most of you would know, India is the largest growing packaging market in the world. Currently, it's the 4th largest, close to about $50 billion USD worth. And we do the work of packaging education, training, consulting, as well as testing over the years. It's been about 20 years. And I'm sure the hosting of ProPack India here in Bengaluru is a great step towards the coming years. The arrangement seems to be fantastic, and we'll be very happy to be associated with all the stakeholders for a successful event. Thanks.
Thank you.